Ready.
All right, welcome back to the Lava Crows, where we last left off. There was an not eldritch, horrific aberration that was hunting the most intelligent of the group, although not very well and not very cleverly. And it was revealed that there was some plant-like monster in the skin of the aberration. Um, we also had a few flashbacks to terror for Shay, and just some uncomfortable moments, including the swallowing of said aberrant skin by a shapeshifted Genevieve. However, they managed to escape that surprisingly sealed room into this part of the mesa, where the skeleton and some plant life have grown. It was determined that the skeleton is the uh, lower part of that former abomination, and the plant life has somehow found its way into that body and become whatever that thing was. Genevieve took some samples, which I'm sure will not come back to haunt her. And yeah, I think that's everything. Did I miss anything?
And we got a crystal skull.
And you got a crystal skull. Um, it has been quite a few long hours for you. What would you like to? And you still have to find a way out of the mesa, and there's a lovely lava river right down at the bottom there. Um, that is at least, what, 20 feet across? What would you like to do first?
And as I recall, we figured out that this would take us down to the base of the whole
Yeah,
plateau.
you're pretty sure that there is an exit to the mesa around there somewhere. You're not sure where, but you're pretty sure.
Maybe we could push the skeleton over the lava so we can climb over that.
I'm not even going to make you roll for it. You can see the skeleton has, and even the plant life, while it's surviving near the lava river. Anything that has touched the lava is just not there anymore. It is a lava river.
So is the
Maybe we
lava
could.
river size accurate? Like, is it 20 feet across, about
Yes,
25 feet? Gotcha.
yes. The
Okay.
squares
I
are
mean,
all accurate.
we could bridge it. It doesn't have to go into the lava.
I mean, we could always jump.
Um,
20 feet. I'd rather not risk it.
I mean, you could fly.
oh yeah, can Cassie, can't you just fly us over one by one?
Yes, I certainly could. Or I could fly you all at once using the same trick from earlier.
A reminder: the same trick from earlier was two of you in bags of holdings, and Genevieve being a tiny creature.
Well, unfortunately, this time I don't think I can be a tiny creature. Not without at least an hour's rest.
I mean, there's nothing actively pursuing us. We could have an hour's rest.
That would be greatly appreciated.
Is that true? Is there nothing actively pursuing? Gonna make a
Give me your
perception check.
perception or investigation.
Kid like will roll that as well. Just because he said it doesn't mean that he believes it 100%.
Four.
Kid like it's a 19.
Shay, you're going to trust Kidlack because, there's a lava river. That's kind of drawing your eye, and so is the strange large skeleton very close to you, as is the haunting memory of small dark places that kind of sent you into a small panic spiral before you could escape. Kitlack, unless
Uh-huh.
there's something in the lava river, which it's opaque, you don't know. No, there doesn't appear to be anything in this part of the mesa. It is relatively abandoned, other than the strange plant life. Which, Genevieve, did you share that this is what this is basically the primitive infant version of what was in that creature up top, or did you keep that to yourself? I can't remember. I think what you did share it because Shay mentioned something about harvesting it.
Well, I think because Shay and Genevieve kind of helped each other, so.
Right, Shay's the one who actually figured it out. So, you don't know what happens if you happen to breathe in any spores or anything, but other than that, no, there doesn't seem to be anything other than just heat.
Well, it seems like Kitlak's already sleeping on the job, so we may as well take a rest.
This rock is so comfortable. It's nice to lie down on a heated rock and just let the heat come in through your scales. Don't tell me you've never felt that.
You've been a giant lizard enough times, you've definitely felt that.
It's been a long
Sorry.
while, but I do remember that.
Yeah, in fact, if you wanted to, this is a nice kind of rest area. Big, spacious, overlooking everything. Don't have to cross the skeleton to get to it.
Is it just like rock wall right over here?
It kind of goes off, but yeah, it's basically just more wall over there.
Okay. Genevieve.
high
The
is-
river, there's a bit of a bend, so the river goes in that direction. You can't really see what's around the bend, but it's a very narrow ledge, so you would either hear or see anyone coming because it's easy to see it.
Genevieve will just place her back right against this little, or like sit down right by this little. Is this a ledge? I'm assuming.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
She'll sit down right there and just rest for an hour.
Yeah. All these hard lines here. Those are ledges.
How tall is the ceiling of this cavern at the lava river?
From the lava to the ceiling. Let me see. About 50 feet up, maybe.
Okay. Well, a short rest does Shay. She could regain 1 hit point. Otherwise, it does her no good. So she is gonna explore. She's played enough Breath of the Wild that she knows there's probably treasure under this giant skeleton.
Okay, you want to crawl under the giant skeleton? Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
Unless it looks like it's gonna collapse.
It's stayed up this long. It has been there a long time. You determined that last time. It has been there a very long time.
Kitlak is going to use his second wind before the short rest, by the way.
Okay.
Just if you're wondering why I'm rolling. Because it's a short rest refresh, so I might as well use it. Might as well use 2. All right. Well, there is that. Kitlak's just chain smoking cigars, watching the lava. The lava is the primary danger here, he says, just looking out at it. There could be anything lurking beneath its surface.
Try shooting it.
I don't want to stir up more trouble. Once we're already recuperated, then maybe.
Are you aware of any lava-dwelling creatures besides the crows and the owls?
Is Genevieve?
Roll me your Arcana or Nature.
Nature, that is a 15.
Is anyone else rolling?
Kitlak would. Kitlak
Sure,
would
why
absolutely
why
roll.
not?
So Arcana or Nature, you said,
Yep.
huh? All right. Kitlak gets a 24 on an Arcana check.
Okay. Um, Shay, you know exactly what lives in lavas. Lava whales. There's no way a lava whale lives in lava that small. That's why you have to stay away from the big
A
lava by this
babe,
giant
but they're
dragon skeleton.
babies. Their babies are small enough, though.
No, their babies are also pretty damn big.
Everyone knows baby lava whales are docile regardless. They're
Genevieve,
just little cuties.
Genevieve, you know there's
Kitlak
absolutely
says,
no such thing as lava whales, um, at all.
taking a drag on his cigar, just nodding sagely about lava whales and puffing out rings.
Kitlak with a 24 Arcana,
Yep.
and actually with a Genevieve. Genevieve, what did you get again?
15, 1-5.
This isn't really your speciality in terms of nature. You do know there are some reptilian elementals that may exist in the lava. Um, you've never encountered them, but you have heard tell of them. Uh, Kitlak, yeah, you know about the elemental salamanders. Well, technically oxyotls. Well, loxiotls, but yeah, you know about them. You know that they are large enough to swallow any of you whole easily, and you would burn on the way down. Um, you also know, however, that if you get close to them, you would feel it. Which, with the lava river and the heat in this cavern, you would not know it until it emerged.
Lava salamanders. Kitlak blows a smoke ring. Ambush predators. That's our likely problem. They hide under the surface, using the opacity of the lava to their advantage. They're hot, hostile creatures, can swallow any of us in one gulp. They emit a heat that is not unlike the lava, so they use the lava to mask their presence. When we step near the lava, that is when they would ambush. But as long as we're up here on the ridge, Kit like gestures around, we're probably okay.
I'm impressed, Kitlak. I didn't expect you to know so much about nature and stuff.
Well, of course I know. Kitlak looks at you and like cocks an eyebrow. They're the natural prey of the lava crow.
Predators.
No, natural prey. Lava crow is very large. Kitlak says to no one in particular, looking up at the sky.
um, Shay, you are going to climb down a level. That is a 10 feet drop. Are you just gonna drop?
Yep.
Slip
Okay.
sliding away. Hey, Kitlak,
Um,
do you, are you just
Yes,
fascinated by lava?
I just find it to have a nice warm glow to it that is almost familial. Kitlak kind of gestures with his cigar around in little circles. It um, reminds me of something I can't quite place a finger on.
Shay, go ahead and roll me an investigation if you're checking out the the skeleton.
She's not going in quite yet. She's just kind of looking. She found a decent gap between two of the ribs, and she's kind of just looking from there for now.
Oh,
Oh,
nat 20 with a nat 20. You can see that there are actually small creatures within. Well, I say small. That is a very large spider-looking creature. Um, almost as big as your head. The little lizard
Neat.
creature might be a bit of a, you think might be a fire newt. It certainly has the right coloring for it, certainly the right heat for it. They seem to be nourishing themselves off the plant life, which is very unusual. Most of these creatures are carnivores. There seems to be a bit of a unique ecosystem in here. And is that a lava octopus? No. Maybe it's
Loctopus.
blending in. It's weird though. It's not very big. Um, roll me just because it's a nat 20. I will let you roll your nature real quick.
30-20.
You have heard tell of a strange small octopus from a myriad of worlds with little blue rings that if you even deign to touch them, you're instantly dead. You have a feeling this might be a cousin to that based on the strange ring patterns you're looking at. You do not want to approach or agitate or touch any of these octopuses. Sorry. Um,
Tuppities.
you see at least one.
Octopus.
You don't know how many there actually are, but there is a thriving ecosystem here somehow between the heat, the plant life. Based on what you know of the Artuk, this might be why there's no other Artuks that have grown here yet. Their offspring are being devoured while they're seeds. This is not necessarily a bad thing.
Uh, from what you can see, are they like underneath the rib cage here?
Some are under, some are on. This octopus, the one that kind of you spotted and went, wait, what? That's right on top there, kind of hasn't noticed you. You're not sure if it's noticed you, but it is keeping an eye on things, apparently. There are quite a few, and it looks like it may go all the way down the spine. If you enter into this rib cage, you are entering a number of small creatures' homes. It's actually a good question of if the octopus is that poisonous, how many others are just as deadly?
Yeah, I
Because
think
why hasn't someone found this before? This would be a hotbed, if not of scientific value, of potential food value.
that's enough curiosity for Shay. She's gonna head back to the group. There's
You feel the eyes of the spider just kind of follow you a bit before it seems to let you go.
I wonder if your parents were. Is that what you call them, parents?
That is a 10-foot climb. Are you going to climb up?
yep.
Genevieve is still talking to Kitlak. I wonder if you're. I don't know another word for it. I don't know what you'd call them. Your parents. I wonder if they're from a lava place. I've heard that some reptiles have what's the word for it? They pass some of their memories on to their offspring, like instincts almost.
Ancestral memory, Kidlak says.
That's it.
Hmm.
Makes me wonder if you do you call them parents?
I, Kidlak sighs, don't really know. It's the other kobolds and I don't really see eye to eye in terms of culture. I was raised among smugglers, and smugglers are a pigeon of many different cultures, a hodgepodge. They take and give a little and mostly take because they're smugglers. I don't really know what kobolds do. I know what smugglers do, and so that is how I've been.
Well, what would you call them yourself? I'm
Par-
not talking about others.
I mean, biologically, I'm a kobold. He kind of like wiggles his fingers, got all the fingers, got the tail, got the teeth. I can growl, rawr, with the best of them.
I'll just call them your parents, just because it's easier.
Yes,
Uh, but I wonder if perhaps they're from a lava planet.
it's possible.
Maybe
And he
that's why
says,
you're
just
so
nodding to
fascinated.
himself.
Maybe that's why you're so fascinated by lava.
Hmm.
Oh,
He
he is the
thinks
red
he's just
kobold.
gonna. He's just gonna fall into silence and just kind of stare at the lava while taking a drag on his cigar. Sorry, go ahead.
Well, he is a red kobold. They are familiar with fire. It's the best way I could put it.
Can you tell me of your growing up? Um, he's gonna gesture over at Cassie. What do you remember about being a young kobold?
Very little, I'm afraid. As I mentioned before, I've got some memory issues. Not quite sure if they're related to. And
And Cassie just gestures to herself.
Yes. Kitlag nods, not really wanting to press it any further if Cassie's uncomfortable.
Cassie, go ahead and roll your history with disadvantage.
that is a 17.
With a 17, you know, you don't, like you said, your memory is spotty, especially of childhood. But of red kobolds, you know enough about them because you feared them as a child.
Huh.
You don't know why, but there is an association. You don't feel that emotion anymore, but there is an association of it.
And now that she will keep to herself. For, I think, kind of obvious reasons.
Yeah. Cassie's like, am I racist? No, maybe.
Well, do kobold warrens fight each other if they have different colored scales? That's a good question. All the kobolds here kind of work together, but all the kobolds here kind of run between red and brown. There isn't really any other color.
Yeah. Out of character, my theory now is that Cassie was not chromatic, metallic, and Kitlak's chromatic.
Tis a mystery.
I mean, she is certainly metallic now.
I will also remind you that you guys did find some treasure while you were exploring.
Yes. When everybody's done talking, Cassie will take the time to examine that, but we can wait until then.
Oh yeah, no, I was just because Shay was looking for treasure. I'm reminding Shay you already have some treasure. And now some bugs. Those are big pill bugs. Like, that's the size of your foot.
Well, we have treasure for what Genevieve wants. There's no harm in getting more treasure.
And anything else you'd like to discuss while you're waiting for Genevieve to rest up a bit?
She'll just tell everyone about the animal life under the skeleton. Caution them about going under there.
I thought you wanted me to rest up, not tell me interesting things that I want to go see.
I mean, if you want to go look, but I think she does have a book.
Genevieve is not going to move down there. She's just going to stay seated for now. Rest up so she can get her wild shapes back.
She'll just kind of sketch the animals she saw.
Were they elementals? Or actual animals?
Uh, maybe a bit of both, or at least they're probably actual animals, just well adapted to this. But after eating, they're chomping on that. Is it like a plant or a vine or a moss or
It is a plant that that grows into sentient plant life. So it's a bit of it's a few different things altogether because it takes a lot of energy to form into a sentient plant. It's a bit of moss, there's a bit of vine, there's a bit of fern. Um, but yeah, it is not growing excessively, or rather, not growing cohesively is a better way to put it, because there is quite a bit of it here, but none of it is forming up correctly, so to speak.
it seems to be a delicate balance to yeah, it seems to keep the plant life at bay. I wouldn't go messing. I mean, look, sure, but I wouldn't go messing around with it. That stuff's dangerous in there.
Well, that sounds marvelous to me. I can study them for just a short while and then maybe I can try and change into one.
Sure.
So yeah, do
She's just gonna point out where the octopus is. That one might be the most dangerous up there. They're pretty good at blending in though, so I'd be careful. And I wouldn't start shooting at it.
one long agonizing hour later.
All
Are you going to go
right.
down to study closer, or
After she finishes her rest, I was kind of I was going to let Malkill identify the items if he wanted.
Yes, Cassie definitely will identify Adam.
how many identifies do you have?
I can only do one in an hour. That's the rules.
All right, well, let's see. You have the crystal skull with sigils on it. You have a shield. You have some gloves. You have the armor, and you have the boots.
Um, so if somebody else wants to examine the skull, they can do that. I believe she was just holding on to that. She herself, though, is going to examine the shield, I think.
You study the shield. It is. Give me 1 second here. It is a bit. It's shaped like a standard shield. It seems to have two crests kind of at the top. Uh, hold on. Let's do it this way. Let's make it easy for me to describe this. Oops, that's not the right color. So it kind of looks like yes, I know that looks terrifying like that too. But yeah, it's a bit looks a bit like that. Um, you as you study it, you realize that you could throw this shield and it would probably come back to you. assuming
Kind
it
of,
was familiar with your energy.
looks like a cobalt
They
head.
are down under, aren't they?
They are just a bit.
I
This
swear this
is kind of
asteroid is
like,
Space Australia.
yeah, this is a bit of like Australian asteroid.
If Shay has time after investigating, she will help and identify one. What was there besides the skull, the crystal skull? Because we're getting rid of the crystal skull, so it's kind of.
Glove, armor, and boots.
Oh, let's take a look at the boots.
Okay, so um,
If Cassie's
Cassie's
handing it over.
Cassie, so you can look it up yourself. It is a boomerang shield.
Alrighty, I will make a note of that. Thank you.
Do you hand the boots to Shay?
Yeah, I think at this point she is trusting Shay enough.
Yeah, she'll just plop down right next to Cassie. Study it.
Put it down, and now I can't find it. Hold on.
Does Shay have nothing that they're going to be looking at?
Do I have it? I mean, Cassie gave
I
it to
was
her.
no, I was asking if you had anything that was in your inventory to examine.
No, she does not. She has less in her inventory
Okay.
now because she lost her spear.
All right, fair enough.
She didn't
Yeah,
lose it, she left it behind.
Okay, I'm not sure why I can't find these things. Hold on, I'm trying to pull them up. They redid the site or something. I did not. I wrote it down as boots of the vigilant. Maybe that was the wrong one. Hold on.
You can sense
So can you
impending
try looking
danger.
at 5e? Because I'm not pulling up any boots, and I'm like, that can't be right. When I use the search
You're
ability.
also not the only one who has that issue, apparently. Boots the
Ah,
Vigilant wasn't coming up in searches. Here, I found it for you on D&D Beyond.
thank you. I was like, I know they exist. I
So those
wasn't
are
that
Kitlak's boots, right? The ones that he stole?
Yes.
Okay. Well, I mean, I say stole. He took it off his skeleton, but you know.
Yeah, that won't come back to haunt you, I'm sure.
okay. In that case, Cassie would have asked Kitlak if that was okay. She
Yeah,
would
Kitlak
just
would be fine.
do that to him.
So yeah, these you think might help you get a little ahead in a battle, or at least make sure that you can duck a little faster, or run away a little faster if that's what's needed too.
Yeah, she'll tell everyone about that and hand them back to Cassie.
Kidlock.
Well, Cassie gave them to her, so she'll hand them back to Cassie.
Yeah. Cassie would just gesture over to Kitlak.
There you go.
She'll
Thank you.
flat out. You want me to give these
Kitlak will
to
take
get
'em
back?
back.
Leaves you the skull, the gloves, and the armor.
Well, those boots didn't help that guy very much, did they? Maybe they're cursed.
I mean, everything dies. Doesn't matter how good your gear is, eventually death will catch up with you. It's a law of averages.
That is true.
And as these were the only thing that survived, it stands to reason that he really didn't have that much going for him aside from these boots. Probably just resourceful enough to get here and get into that situation, but not resourceful enough to get out. So is the plan to simply fly over this mess?
Maybe a little bit of biology class before. Genevieve said she wanted to look at the animals.
Ah, yes. I'm fine to linger here. It doesn't appear to be much danger in our immediate vicinity, but we have been here for a while already. I
Did
don't want to press my luck.
I told you about the octopus?
It won't take me very long. I
She'll go
just
down with Genevieve, and when she goes to investigate to help, like point things out that she saw.
Hmm.
So yeah, once the hour is up and Genevieve has fully rested, she'll go down and she'll just kind of monitor for like a minute.
Okay. Go
Are
ahead and roll me.
these are these
Oh, go ahead.
animals that, as a non-moon druid, that she would be able to shapeshift into, essentially?
Um,
Like,
you
are
could
they
take on any of
beasts?
their shapes, but not necessarily any of their capabilities. Like you could definitely turn into a small-sized octopus, but one touch would not kill an individual. You wouldn't have the poison; you just have the coloration. And you don't know what the rest of them do, other than they can survive here.
Would she gain resistances?
Um, you know what? Luck die, evens or odds.
Odds.
That is an 8. No.
Okay, well, she'll still study them because some of these are probably creatures she has not seen before in her forest. So,
Oh yeah, an octopus not swimming. Yeah, that's very weird. The little salamanders and kind of big tarantulas. That's a little more normal. The big pill bugs, not unheard of. Um, yeah, those are That's kind of the entire ecosystem here. Um,
so I'll just file those under her wild shapes that she knows now.
What if you wild shaped and then ate some of the plant?
I think I've already got a little bit of indigestion from the last time I did something like that.
Hmm.
yes, you are still digesting it. Surprisingly, you haven't thrown up or expelled that bit of something within you that you swallowed. It's unsettling, but it's there. You don't know what that means exactly.
It wriggles and wriggles and wriggles inside her.
Not yet.
So that, I mean, that doesn't really take very long because she just needs to see the creatures to be able to transform into them for her wild shape. So she'll just kind of look back at the others and say, "All right, I'm done."
So one wild shape, one fly? Or do you have a wild shape that can get over this lava?
No, I figured I'd just, well, I mean, probably if I can get up to the ceiling. I have climbing speeds. But I think we were going to do what we did before with you and Kitlak in the bag of holding and me as a tiny creature.
Hey.
Hey, if we go down, we go down together.
It's not that. It's kind of small in there. It's kind of cramped. After my experience in here,
You've got to learn to get over it, Shay.
it's been like 2 hours.
Aye, and you've got to get
It's been
over
longer than that.
it.
It's been like 5, 8 hours, or something like that.
Oh, you just had a
Well, that's
traumatic
certainly not
flashback
ideal.
less than an hour ago. Sorry, what did you say,
It is
Cassie?
certainly not ideal, but if you have any other ideas, I'm open to hearing them.
Well, unless we have some more rope somewhere, because I think a lot of our rope got left behind.
Hitlex
Utilized.
she still has rope. I've got some rope still.
Shay, I'd like you to roll insight for me.
Is
This
there?
is a
Sorry.
common sense check.
Is there a wall close enough to where Genevieve could basically turn into a wolf spider and climb up to the top of the ceiling and go upside down over the lava flow?
Yeah, you absolutely could. Right up this wall.
Cute.
What was that roll?
16
Shay?
insight.
Okay. You are smart enough to recognize that this is just rope. It is anywhere within 10 feet of that lava or even above it, no matter how high up above it in this cavern. That rope's going to just melt. It is rope. That is lava. That is just common sense.
Well, then it follows that pretty much anything, including her, is just going to burn up if she tries to
Well,
cross.
anything cloth based, yes, definitely. Cloth based and flammable, which rope very much is.
Cloth base and not magical?
If it's
Because, like,
magical, it can probably survive, yeah.
yeah. So, like, the bags of holding would survive.
But there is a direct heat envelope above and around that lava river. Like even Cassie's going to struggle to fly through it. That is direct heat, directed heat.
Well, I guess if something goes wrong, I'll never know.
Would it help if we knocked you out first and then stuck you in the bag of holding?
No. No.
Kid like begins to carve up his bag of holding. What? He gingerly opens it and climbs inside with a meaningful look at Cassie that says, "Please don't kill me."
Well, wait just a moment. They're still trying to figure out what we're gonna do here.
Kitlak's head is still like hanging out of the bag. It's just the bag is like this tiny little pouch, and his kobold head just right out of it.
It's a bag of kobolding.
Mm-hmm.
Genevieve is going to just place a hand on Shay's shoulder and cast Enhance Ability Owl's Wisdom. to give Shay advantage on wisdom checks, so that way maybe that'll help calm her down for getting into the bag of holding.
Thank you.
It's
Well,
not
Cassie,
much, but I think you can do it. Just gotta face those fears.
are you ready, Cassie?
Are you sure that you're ready?
No. But it seems like the only option. Can't stay here. Can't go back. Is there like water, that brain water dripping down here somewhere?
Not at all.
Alright, well, I was hoping to save this, but you obviously do need it. Is it okay if I cast a spell on you?
Sure. One's good, two's better, right?
Very well then. Be just a moment. I think it'll help you out here.
And Cassie is going to cast Calm Emotions. Did that go through?
Yes.
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 Okay. Yeah, so Cassie's going to cast Calm Emotions. If Shay chooses to fail that saving throw, then they are immune to the charmed and frightened conditions until the spell ends.
Do you choose to fail the saving throw? Shay?
Does is that how Cassie's intending the spell to work? And do they relate that to Shay?
I mean, Cassie did say that they were going to cast a spell on you to help you.
Yeah, but then intentionally. You said I have to
It doesn't
fail
mean
it.
that.
Oh, I have to fail it. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it doesn't mean that you are ignorant of the danger. You still are aware of the danger. You're just not frightened.
You have no feelings one way or the other. You are indifferent to the danger.
Yeah, she'll choose to fail. Yeah, get lack any whiskey in there to help with any of this? No, never mind. That's no. That's probably a bad idea. I don't want to be corking up in the bag of holding that I'm in.
Kitlak has a fifth of whiskey in one claw, and he kind of looks at you, and then he looks down and realizes he's not looking in the bag. The bag's under his chin, and he just kind of cocks it to the side. Let me know if that changes.
She will climb into Cassie's bag of holding.
Once Shay is in, Genevieve is going to turn into a giant wolf spider and climb up onto the ceiling. Actually, before she says that, she'll tell Kitlak and Cassie that she's going to do that, and she's going to go ahead. That way, if there are any lava salamanders in there, they'll know from her going across before they go across. And then she'll turn into a giant spider and climb up onto the ceiling upside down and scuttle across. She'll wait for Cassie and them to be just behind her, but like 15-20 feet behind her, give or take.
All right. And Cassie, do you pick up the two bags?
Yes, Cassie is going to pick up the two bags, make sure to tie them very securely to her.
Shay, with your now more logical mind, you realize it wouldn't be quicker in a bag of holding because the bag of holding has fire resistance. You would feel the heat burn up within, and then suddenly it would be gone, and then you would die an excruciating death. It's very disturbing to think about, but you're calm about it. It's not something you have to focus on. Just breathe.
Is that how it works? I thought it was a different plane.
Now,
Yeah,
that's
it is.
if a
It
bag
is
of
a
holding
different plane.
gets stuck into a bag of holding. If the bag of holding meets certain criteria, it is destroyed and everything within it is expelled. Um, whether it's into another plane or into, say, a river of lava, that depends on the type of destruction. Either way, there would be a few moments where it would just be an oven in that bag, literally. Uh, 15, 20 feet, you said, Genevieve, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Genevieve, make me a constitution saving throw where you are.
Okay. Where's my con? There.
And do you have any fire resistance in this form?
Nah.
Okay.
But what I do have is a DM inspiration. It's not terrible. It's a 14.
14. All right. You are going to take that is going to be just 3 fire damage from the intense heat. Heat rises, and there is just a giant pocket. You can already tell the further you get over the river, the hotter it's going to be until you reach the other side.
She has. Hold on. What is Cassie's flying speed? Because she would know this.
Cassie's flying speed is 50 feet.
50? Okay. Uh, Genevieve is going to dash across. She can move 40 feet normally with her climbing speed, so that'll be 80 feet.
Right? This is difficult terrain up here.
No, it is a giant wolf spider. No, I don't know that that's true. Hang on.
It's not because of the terrain, it's because it's so hot that it's just unbearable to walk on. Like it is a struggle to walk across these stones.
I mean, that's all the more reason to dash, anyways.
Yep.
You're
But
walking on sunshine and it don't feel good.
so she can still do 40 feet.
Whoa.
That should get her across. Because that's 8 squares. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Okay, in the middle of that river, though, you're going to need to make another Constitution saving throw.
Okie dokie. Holding on to my DM inspiration in case I need it. That is a 13.
Ooh, what's that?
13?
What's that result?
Sorry, I was not holding my control key down. That's a 13.
Yeah, you are going to feel the full brunt of that just wall of heat and take a whopping total of 2 fire damage because I rolled really badly on those damage dice. Wow. That was a double 1, so just for your information.
I am okay. But I am,
And then
for
when you
some reason, I was removing hit points off of me and not off the giant wolf spider.
and then you will need to make one last Constitution saving throw when you reach the other end.
Okie dokie. I think I'm going to use that DM inspiration.
Okay.
Watch it be worse. Nope, it's better. 15.
15, then you take another 2 fire damage as you reach the edge of the field and you're exhausted, but you push through and you are out of the heat plume.
Cool,
Cassie,
cool.
I'm guessing you're going to do the same?
Yes, that is correct. He's going to
Do you have any fire
try to fight.
resistance?
Oh yeah, she has fire resistance.
Okay, that is important. Um, when you reach the outer edge of the plume, you too must make a con saving throw.
That is a 12.
That is not enough. You are going to take, you have fire resistance, so cutting that in half, that is 4 fire damage. And you said you're dashing across the river as well?
Correct.
Middle of the river, same verse. Second verse, same as the first. Just a
Now,
higher DC.
obviously, yeah, obviously she is flying, but the way you said it, dashing across the river, made me think of those lizards that run across the top of the water.
Okay, that's a much better damage
That
roll.
is, yeah,
What did
that
you
is
get?
a 22.
22. You make it. So this is going to be another, after cutting your resistance and succeeding, that is only 4 fire damage. And again, like Genevieve, when you reach the edge of the plume, you gotta push through that last heat envelope.
The four and halved again because resistance. So 2.
That no, it was 4 after halved and halved again.
And
Oh wow.
and that is 11.
That is also a failure, but cut in half, that's another 2 fire damage that you take. That fire resistance saved you from. Yeah, that middle river one for you was 16 if you had failed. So
Jeez.
you
Well,
you got off good. Genevieve just got really lucky when I rolled 2 ones.
well, she still has 1 temporary hit point, so
And it's also good that you didn't try to go through the river because that is an automatic 10d10.
yeah, lava doesn't
Yeah,
mess with
lava's
me.
a D&D killer, really.
Yep.
Surprisingly
Genevieve.
enough,
Yeah, and
Sorry.
she's gonna go a little bit further, so she's not right near the edge of the lava river.
Yeah, Genevieve is gonna stay on the ceiling for right now.
you can see there's still insects, octopodes, octopi, 8-legged freaks, and roly polies all over here. You see the tail and the skeleton of the tail of the abominable creature, and you see that is a large bush over there.
Talking tree.
Is it George W?
Cassie
No, I'm not that
Okay,
evil.
good.
Cassie is going to use her telepathy to contact Genevieve.
I don't know what that is, but given the other plants here, we might want to stay away from that for now.
Genevieve will respond in kind with just a. As much as it
I believe we
pains me to.
determined last time that unless you have telepathy, you can't actually respond.
Then she'll just. Can spiders nod?
They can do the
Sure.
bounce up and down, yeah.
She'll pointedly, move away from it.
Interestingly enough, as you look around, there aren't really any insects up here or creatures up here. It is still hot. In fact, it's hotter than where you were when you were on the ground. So while above the river and around the river were the worst, apparently it's just really hot up here. Too hot up here for anything to survive, typically. So yeah, you know that. So where are you going?
Out. Into
Well, you
the.
don't see where the out is, but you see another large shelf right here and over here. You see walls to get down here and here and here. Genevieve.
But no path out.
Not yet. You'd have to investigate further to figure out which way is the path out.
Well, she's gonna just stay on the ceiling and try and find the path out.
Okay. Cassie, where are you going to go?
Cassie is going to continue to kind of hover over this direction, and she's going to see if she can make out any paths out as well.
All right, both of you make me an investigation check.
Oh, it was almost a 19 on the die. Ooh, nice. So for Cassie, that is 19.
That's a
We're
24 for.
I will say right off the bat that both of you realize that it's kind of hidden under an overhang, but you're pretty sure there is an exit around here, or at least a tunnel out of this area. Where that leads, if that leads out to the back way, or if there's another divergence elsewhere, you don't know. But you're pretty sure these two squares are it. Maybe three. But with a nat 20, Genevieve, this bush is a giant chest. And when I say giant, I mean it is literally 10 feet tall. It's just been overgrown.
Genevieve is looking around for the exit, and then she pauses and she looks back at that, and then she goes for it.
You
Skitter,
are
skitter,
approximately, if you go over it, you are approximately 10 feet above the top of it.
Can she just drop on top of it?
Oh, absolutely. That one, no falling damage.
She's gonna do that. And she's going to insistently tap her front legs on it. Like tap 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 tap. And then she's gonna start using her 8 legs to dig through the bushes.
Yeah, it's actually not that deep. It's only about 5 inches of just plant growth. The plant kind of shivers at you. You have a feeling this one might have a little, not necessarily sentience, but possibly sapience than most of the others, simply because you're looking around. You're not seeing any creatures on this one. But yeah, you can dig down and you find it's not really a wooden top, or maybe it's ironwood, but it's an unnatural construction. It's pretty impressive, in all honesty.
Is Cassie gonna fly over?
Yeah, Cassie will fly over.
So, is there a way that Genevieve, in her spider form, can get the lid up on this? This is not exactly the smartest idea, but she's just looking. She's not trying to open it just yet. She's just trying to see if it's like locked or something.
Roll me another investigation.
And if Cassie doesn't stop her, she might try and open it. That is a 15.
15 is enough because that nat 20 gave you a bit of insight. You find there is a lock right there.
Within reach.
You'll have to move a little forward, but yeah. The tip of your leg might even fit in there, although I'm not sure you can open it that way. It's gonna be interesting.
Well, she's gonna try.
So while she's doing that, Cassie is going to start to let out Shay and Kitlak.
Kitlak was having a good time in his bag. He was playing some solo 3 Dragon Ante Just he made a solitaire game out of it and was playing it, and drinking his fifth of whiskey that he had in there, just thumps and tumbles out when he's let out, completely by surprise.
You see a giant wolf spider trying to pick a lock with its legs.
Oh, who got the magic card set? Was that Kitlak?
It was not
Genevieve?
Kitlak. It was
Or...
Genevieve.
Okay. So, Genevieve, you
Yeah.
also have that magic card set, remember?
Okay.
Kitlak is going to pick himself up, dust his hat off, and put his hat back on, and just kind of give the wolf spider a once over and just nod to himself. It's not the first time you've seen Genevieve do stuff like this.
Ah, yes, I do see that. I have strange chainmail with a purple tinge and plant-based padding, and a shimmery deck of cards.
And Shay, when you get out of the bag,
I think she was in the state they put her into that bag. I think she was just trying to meditate.
Actually, now that you mentioned that, does Cassie have to make any concentration saving throws for that damage?
how long does calm emotions last?
Concentration up to 1 minute.
So, I
Too
yeah,
bad you
go
made
ahead
it
and
across and
roll me at least one concentration check. I'll be generous.
yeah, that's a 13. She keeps concentration.
Yeah, it's worn off by now, which means someone might be starting to have a panic attack, but maybe not.
So maybe looking a bit haggard and coming up pretty fast.
And you also tumble out to see Genevieve trying to pick a lock.
How high
Poorly.
up is the lock? How high up is the lock?
It is about bottom of it is about 8 feet off the ground.
What? What? What exactly is that?
Genevieve will just tap the lock.
Is it a huge lock?
No, is about the size of half your body.
That's a pretty big lock.
Yes, it is a large chest.
And Genevieve is a large spider.
Yeah. Uh, which, if you're trying to unlock it with your leg, go ahead and make me a sleight of hand, but with disadvantage.
Kitlak is going to go over there and give you the help action because he knows it's Genevieve. Like, he's no dummy. He's going to, like, try and hold the lock steady and be like, look, you want to put your leg right there and maybe twist it a little bit and kind of
No,
coach her through it.
I'm pretty skilled at picking locks. That's not at all how you gotta hook it.
That's a 10, that's pretty average.
Average. Your limb doesn't get stuck in there. You get maybe some of the tumblers moving, but yeah,
Just
you
you
don't
got
get
to
it to unlock.
you gotta rake it like crazy across the tumblers. Just mess them up.
Genevieve's gonna climb down and then she's going to push Shay up towards the lock.
She will climb on top of the giant wolf spider.
Shay is now
She's
Bartleby.
she's going to take out her thieves' tools and kind of look to see are these gonna work in this situation, or should she like pull out her dagger instead?
your choice. I'm not going to help you on this one. I'm sorry. You're gonna have to guess and see what happens.
Well, she'll peek in to the lock to see what she can see. That to help her out
Pardon
in
me.
her choice.
Okay, make me a. That's if you perception or investigation, your choice.
Uh, I think if I choose perception, we're going to need Genevieve to make a Constitution saving throw to maintain concentration on enhance ability, so that I would get advantage on that.
How long does enhance ability last?
An hour.
An hour. Is that concentration?
Yes.
You right. Constitution? No, you don't have enhance ability anymore.
Oh. Okay. She will. Let's see. They think they're both the same. So 10, I think. Yeah. Wait, 10
So which one?
plus 2,
Investigation or
12.
perception?
12. Um, I think investigation sounds more right.
All right. Interestingly enough, Genevieve's legs, the tips of her legs, are actually probably about the right size to affect these tumblers. You would have to stick your whole arm in to try and affect them.
What about Mage Hand?
Mage Hand, that could probably affect some of the tumblers too. These are not going to be greater than 10 pounds, but it would also be that would be a spellcasting check, I think.
And Kilek's still going to give you the help action. He's still holding this sucker.
I need Genevieve's legs for her two front legs. What do you have that might be able to hold up a pretty heavy tumbler, Kitlek?
Kitlek pulls out his crowbar from his trench coat and waggles his like scaly eyebrows.
Oh, you, you maintain that. She is going to pull out her own crowbar. Says here.
Kitlek is gonna like put his crowbar forward and go tink with the crowbars together.
Okay, so for just a second, I know this is bad, but holster your gun.
Kitlek does a little twirl and puts his gun away.
And take these crowbars.
Kitlek
And
is gonna have both crowbars.
and I'm loaning this one to you. And she is going to direct Genevieve and Kitlek and use her mage hand. And I guess her dagger to try and pick this giant lock.
Kitlek's gonna give the crowbars a couple exploratory swings.
Okay. Give me a. I guess this would be a sleight of hand check and a. Okay, so who's doing what? Just to make sure. So Kitlek is maneuvering the crowbars, and Shay, you're kind of directing them.
How many tumblers do I
You
see
think
that?
there's about 4 to 6. It's dark in there, so it's harder to
Okay.
see on the far
So
end.
2 for Genevieve, 2 for Kitlek, 1 for the mage hand, and 1 for a dagger. If there's a sixth one.
Okay. Here's what I'm gonna do. Genevieve, you're gonna make me a sleight of hand. I'm going to give all of you the help action, so you don't have any of this at disadvantage. Basically, Genevieve, give me a sleight of hand. Shay, give me a spell saving throw using your spell save ability, or with your spell, add your spell modifier. Um, and Kitlak, give me a strength athletics check.
Okay, I'm pretty sure it's a straight 0.
Sleight of hand. Okay.
23.
Kitlak is good at guidance
If all else
himself.
fails, I can try to melt it off.
We have advantage.
No, the advantage is canceling the disadvantage.
Oh.
And Kitlak is going to use the thing that he can do from being a 2024 fighter. That is a total of 12 on his thing.
Okay.
Does that succeed? Because that's important as to whether or not he expends stuff.
Depends. What did you get on your check, Shay?
12.
Okay. And Genevieve got a nat 1.
Rough.
So, Kitlak, you seem to be doing well, and the mage hand seems to be helping quite a great deal. And then Genevieve sticks her leg in there, and somehow gets jammed, and it just stops all progress. And now she's stuck.
Kitlak just clicks his tongue in a sense of, well, I kind of thought this was going to happen. He is going to. About how big around is like the bar for the lock, like the fastener? How big is that?
Um, there is no fastener that you can see. Whatever the lock is, it's an internal mechanism.
Oh, okay. So like this is a part of the chest, is what you're saying?
Yes.
Okay.
If you look at the picture on the screen, you can see that it's kind of built in and just a little up and off.
Oh,
Out.
that's
Yeah.
handy. Shoot. You know what? Kitlak is. Can he stick his head in there? Is it big enough for that?
Ooh. It is going to be a squeeze.
Okay. Well, yeah, sure. I mean, he's a small creature going into a tiny spot. He's going to give Genevieve some time to get her arm out, and then he's going to say, "Oh, I have an idea." Something can go in there with the arm also in there. That's not going to work out.
Does Genevieve get her arm out?
Make me a strength saving throw or a dexterity saving throw if you want to, and tell me if you're trying to yank it out or finesse it out.
Uh,
Yank is strength, finesse is dex. Or if you just want to rip that arm off, that's a con saving throw.
Dex.
Okay, you're trying to finesse it out.
I forgot that I'm using the spiders stats.
Spider Dex.
Yes. 22.
Itches. Some of the hairs get torn off, but you do get it out, and it is. You are not going to be using that leg to lockpick again. Possibly not to walk on for a little bit either.
Yeah, it'll be fine. Her wild shape will end in a while.
All right, Kitlak, you're going to stick your head in there?
Absolutely. Kitlak is gonna like kind of jonk his head in there. How much of his body can he fit into this actual lock?
So, as I described earlier, the lock itself is about. It's it's the size of, in terms of height, about the size of one of your arms from hand to shoulder for you.
Mm-hmm.
In
Sure.
terms of width, like you could fit multiple arms in there and the crowbars. You
Mm-hmm.
can't fit your entire body in there, but if you're careful, you could probably get at least half your body in there. You have a
I
tail?
mean, yeah, yeah.
You could
Kitlak
get,
was
you could probably get in up to your hips.
okay. So Kitlak is going to kind of contort himself in there up to his hips, trying to tuck the crowbars into his body so that he can use them as kind of leverage.
It's still
And
going to be I'm going to say acrobatics or athletics check to do
oh,
this.
acrobatics, definitely. Let's see.
Cassie's gonna turn to Shay.
You know, if I had a proper set of tools, I could
Guidance.
probably take care of that.
I am a proper set of tools, Kitlak says as he like squirrels his way in
What?
there. That is a 21 acrobatics to get in there.
21? Yeah,
Yeah.
no,
That's
you
right.
get in there. The rest of you see his legs, the end of his coat, and a tail just kind of hanging out as he wiggles in.
All right. I would assume sleight of hand to unlock this thing when he can like see the stuff. He's going to use I think thaumaturgy can make a light, right? Or prestidigitation. One of the two of them can do that.
Prestidigitation can, yes.
Cool. So he's going to make just like a little internal light, like a little, under the
Yeah, you
car
can light one
light.
of the tumblers easily with that, yeah.
Yeah. And he's
I mean,
going
the
to
mage
start
hand's
getting to
in
work.
there, so that shines a bit, I think, too.
I don't think it gives off light, but it's definitely like visible,
It
I would
glows if it doesn't have
imagine.
the invisibility trait, yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So you want it's not going to be well, let's see. I'm going to say
Oh,
the
please
mage
let it
hand
be
gives you
slight.
help. Sleight of hand is usually for smaller locks. These are larger, heavy, but you are in there, so I will give you sleight of hand at a higher difficulty, or another strength athletics for a lower difficulty.
Sleight of hand, 100%.
Okay.
Let's
And
see.
I'm going to say the mage hand does give you the help action, which yeah, that's fine.
Uh, yeah, and he's going to use guidance on himself before doing this nonsense. All right, that is a 14 plus. That is a dirty 20. And Kitlak is going to just for funsies going to use his tactical mind to add a D10 to that, so it's 23. Does that succeed or no?
A 23 will succeed at this point. Yes.
Okay. Hum-ba-dum-ba-dum. He's just poking various things, the tumblers with the crowbars, ha-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta, and then he twists his whole body as like a torsion wrench, and just you hear a skunk on the outside of it as his tail like turns clockwise a little bit.
You have unlocked it. You hear a click, and then you feel yourself kind of just. The lid doesn't lift up. There's enough plant life, and it is a heavy lid. But
Mm,
you feel that you are where you're in is a little more untethered than it was.
hmm He's gonna wriggle his way out.
Make me another Dex acrobatics check on that.
Is the mage hand gonna help out?
Gonna
Shay,
push his face out of the.
Great, please, yes.
Shay,
Kidlike's gonna
Yeah,
use
she can't see
guidance.
what she can't see, so she
Yeah,
just.
I mean, you can push. You can just shove that guy. That's good. That's good. That is a 16 plus. That's a dirty 20.
right? Yeah, you don't come out with a pop. It's more kind of like a little
A
um,
wriggle.
yeah. So it's a wriggle and maybe a couple bones snapping in ways that people really don't used to hearing, but you don't even
Yep.
notice.
Just a
And with a
weird little
dirty
guy coming out of a
20,
weird little hole. Yeah,
with a
go on.
dirty
Sorry.
20, I'm going to roll a luck die.
Cool, cool.
Um, I'm going to give you, in this case, it just has to be higher than a 5. So let's see what it is. In fact, I'll let you
Groovy.
roll it.
Oh, cool. Cool, 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 cool. I'm going to guidance my luck die. No, I'm kidding. That's an 11.
That's good. You don't rip your trench coat or mess up the new design on the back.
Good. Kitlak would be despondent.
Can
Genevieve, as soon as Kitlak is free, Genevieve is going to use her spider strength to lift the lid.
can Shay's
Okay.
mage hand steal his cigar while he's trying to get out?
Yes. Make me a sleight of hand with your
I
mage hand.
feel like he's already burned it to the nub at this point. His cigars are his second wind, if you didn't catch that. Although,
He's
actually, yeah, he would be smoking one in there because he did use a second wind. So he
Yep.
comes out with a lit cigar.
Oh, sleight of hand 19.
Yeah, you can absolutely pluck that as he slithers his way out and falls to the ground.
Kitlak kind of clacks his teeth together and looks around and then peers back into the lock. I don't see it in there. And then I guess I should make a perception check to see if he actually notices where it is.
Well,
Um,
she's not hiding it. She's gonna come out with it and kind of
Just
twiddle it
looking around.
like a mobster out of a cigar kind of a thing.
Oh, give me that.
she'll give it over.
All right, he's going to finish it off with one big draw.
okay. And
Flips away the nub.
Does he just like eat the rest of it, or
He can. In
Yeah.
this case, he flicked away the nub, but he, is not opposed to eating it.
how are you opening it, Genevieve? Are you trying to pull it back from the lid? Are you going to crawl down the side and push it open? What are you going to do?
She's going to cling to the side of the chest and just push the lid up. Because she is
Okay.
climbing speed, so she can cling to the side of the.
What's the strength score of the spider?
Hang on. 2 monitors. I lost my mouse. It's a 12.
Make me a strength athletics. It's not going to be a high difficulty, but you are going to have to beat a number. Because the plant life doesn't want to open. It's comfortable.
Genevieve will eat it. Strength, that's a +3, so 14.
Yeah, that's enough. You push it open. There's a little rustle of leaves that doesn't seem to be natural from the lid, as if it doesn't like this movement. But it opens up with a crack.
Genevieve gives the leaves a gentle pat, an apologetic pat.
And it is open.
What's in it?
What do your spider eyes see?
I have 8 eyes. I see everything.
You see everything. Okay, then. Roll me. Well, let's take a look-see and roll me your perception, just for funsies.
Am I using spider senses for this, or?
Yes.
Okay. Eight.
8. You see a giant hunk of metal.
She is going to climb into the chest and toss it out. Well, push it out.
Okay. Now for
Shay
that,
scrambles out of the way?
I will need you to make a strength check with disadvantage.
Hold on. Hold on.
Kitlak is going to give you guidance. Look, trust yourself, giant spider. You've got this.
Because I know she's got stuff that has better stats. How strong is an octopus?
That's a good question. Let me find out.
Hang on, because I didn't add that one in just yet.
Giant or regular?
Whichever one she saw in the thing.
Oh, -3.
Oh, yeah, that's not good. She is going to.
Giant is the one that has a +3, but you did not see a giant octopus.
Yes. She's going to do this. She's going to drop the giant wolf spider shape, and she is going to use her second wild shape, and turn into a stench cow. with a +4 strength.
But
Kit
no
like
opposable thumbs.
quickly takes his hand back and goes, ugh.
No opposable thumbs, but she didn't have opposable thumbs as a giant spider either.
Yes, but you had climbing. Does the cow have climbing?
No, but it's already in the chest at this point.
Okay,
She's
fair enough.
going to basically
Is
get
he-
under stuff and start shouldering it up and over.
Is there room in there to do that? How large is the cow?
Large. Same size as a giant spider. Oh, I guess the wolf spider is a medium. I don't know why I thought the wolf spider was large.
Okay, so it's 10 by 5, 10. 10 by 10. You can stand on top of the metal. You can't really get under it if you're large.
I think she would know that.
Yes, you would absolutely know this. This thing, there is like maybe 2 or 3 feet on either side of it, but no, this thing is taking up most of the chest. I mean, it's not peeking over the edge. It's not that, well, let's see. Yeah, it's not that tall, but it is that big.
Okay, I think she would then just stay as a wolf spider and do the best she can to start
Okay,
lobbing things out.
make me a
Strength athletics.
yeah. What's the strength score of the spider again?
Hold on, looking at the wrong stats here. It's a 12, but they've got a +3 for athletics. Is this with guidance? Yes.
Oh,
I'm rolling that guidance anyways. For extra.
oh, nice. So what is that strength athletics?
That's 27.
Okay, give me 1 second to figure out if you tip over the chest or you push it out. Give me 1 second.
Oh, please let me tip over the chest.
It smelled like she wanted to change into a stench cow.
Okay. So you scuttle in there, you pull and you push and you rock the chest, which none of you speak plants, so none of you hear the terrified screams as the chest kind of falls back. And Genevieve, you are going to roll out with the metal, with the hunk of metal. The hunk of metal is going to try and crush you as it rolls out. So I do need you to make a you're right on top of this thing. There's no way you can avoid it. So I'm going to say this is just a straight up con saving throw to see how much it crushes you in your spider form.
How much it crushes you. Oh, that's great. You'll love to hear it.
Con is a +1, so that's a 9.
Ooh. Let's see. What is that going to do? That is just going to be 21 straight up bludgeoning damage as this thing lands on top of you and then continues rolling out of the chest.
21.
21 bludgeoning.
So,
Are you out of spider form?
so it
Does
kind of
21 kill
crushed.
you?
Yeah. Because
Outright kill you?
I had 4 hit points left in my spider form, and I had 17 in my.
Whoops.
So she's unconscious right now.
Okay, so what you all see is a spider successfully push a big hunk of metal out, roll with it, have a moment of panic as it gets crushed under the metal. The metal keeps rolling, and you just see Genevieve unconscious on the ground, half crushed. She's still alive, but I'm gonna have to need you to make a saving throw instantly, just because.
Kit Kid like takes off his hat and
happened?
puts it over his heart and just shakes his head.
She's probably fine, right?
Yes, clearly.
Unstable.
That looks like
At
she's
least that's the
fine.
state.
That's what fine looks like. Yes.
So she got that first death saving throw stable. Kitlak, you're apparently eulogizing her already.
She was a good friend, a loyal ally, very
Stop that and help
knowledgeable.
me.
Kitlak's going to put his hat back on and go over there to help her out.
I don't
Yeah,
have any
Cassie, I know mechanically
help
it
here.
doesn't do anything, but Cassie's gonna help as well.
Do any of you have spare the dying by chance?
Ooh.
Oh gosh, I had the
No.
option to do that for Kitlak, but I did not. Would have made sense, but I was like, you know what? I need guidance, and I do not regret it.
I have a +2 to medicine.
Okay, roll it to stabilize.
Do I get advantage with all this help?
Yeah.
Or do I
yeah,
get
I'm gonna
disadvantage
help
because of all this
action.
help?
Yes, you can do the help action.
No guidance on this, huh?
Oh, I'll guidance it.
Okay, that's 16, 18.
You've stabilized her. She's unconscious and slightly crushed, and there is a giant metal contraption lying on the floor 5 feet away. Tyler, I'm going to need you to pull it out because I know you have this one.
Oh, go ahead and tell me what it is.
It's a certain apparatus that happens to be
Oh,
large.
Oh no.
die spell.
KWALISH.
Oh yeah. Well, let's see if it whiffs on me.
There it
There you
is.
go. I even got a new color. Ooh.
That is what you found.
We
Except its
got a
claws,
crab car.
and the claws and the legs are currently retracted, so it's just a giant cylinder.
Crab car. Kitlak, is that inside the chest currently?
It has rolled out of the chest. It is just lying on the ground there as a giant cylinder. Nothing has popped out.
Kitlak is excitedly, like a child at Christmas, going to run over to it and try prying it open.
Okay,
Crab
make
car,
me.
crab car, crab car.
Do you have an artificer's tool? You probably don't have artificer's tools, do you?
He has 2 crowbars.
Make me an investigation check.
Investigation, you say? All right.
Cassie, help me move her away from all this plant
He's gonna
stuff
guidance
and
it.
spores.
Oops, that's too many.
Certainly, at least some of us have our priorities straight.
Crab car.
Like,
That
move it
is
over here, away
Yes,
from
I
away
get
from
it.
the crab
I'm
car.
excited too.
dirty
Again, you
20.
don't know.
Too.
You don't know it's a
Okay,
crab.
can car.
Believe it or not, 20 is exactly what you needed. You take the crowbars, you're ready to find a place to pry it open, and your eye catches it and it's like, oh, click, and the rear hatch opens.
Kitlak is going to squirrel himself inside immediately.
All right, you and 2 skeletons get very cozy immediately.
Kitlak is going to check to see if the skeletons have any clothes or boots or possessions that are worthwhile, and if not, he's just going to kick them straight out.
Roll me your investigation once more.
Oh, of course. Guidance again. Because why not? We're grave robbing here.
They're dead. Who cares?
Who cares? That is gonna be more than a 23.
23?
Yeah.
You find, please write this down,
Hell yes.
a pure astral diamond in a bag that looks like it was stolen from a bank vault. You find you find, let's see, a scroll, spell scroll, utterly sealed, with so many warnings in a multitude. You speak Draconic, right?
Oh yeah.
There is one that literally says, if you open this, we will kill you. Do not use. Just
Hmm.
blatant. Nothing mysterious about it. They just blatantly, you open this, you die. We will kill you. Yes, it is, actually. It totally is. And you also find, because they robbed a bank vault, um, a lovely set of just gold and platinum rings worth approximately 10,000 gold pieces. You don't know if any of them are magical. You're kind of overwhelmed with everything right now. Please write all of that down.
Already did.
Otherwise, there are some clothes, some torn clothes. Looks like they started fighting each other at one point, and that is a bite mark on the arm. Cannibalism might have been
Wow,
attempted at some point.
straight down to the bone, huh? That's
Oh,
wild.
well, it's possible that they were starving at that point, and one just got that desperate. Either
Uh,
way,
do
um,
these look like human skeletons, or what species do they look like?
roll me your med. You know what? I'm gonna give you one
That
of them because this one's easy. It's a one of them's definitely a dragonborn.
okay.
Um,
He'll roll medicine on the other one.
yes, the other one is a little less. Could be any number of species.
That's a dirty
Wow.
20 again.
With a dirty 20, um, normally you would not know this because who knows these things, but you know that there is sort of a bone that has a soft joint. It's still it's not it's similar to cartilage, but it's hardier. It remains after death and doesn't dissolve, which is very
Hmm.
unique to bugbears and their arms.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, there was a bugbear member of Kitlak's crew, and he used to love hitting that dude right in that spot. He fucking hated it.
Oh, it's where they extend their arms, and yeah, it's kind of sensitive. So you have found apparently a criminal crew that got a hell of a score, and then somehow they and their machine were locked into a chest for. Um, would anyone like to take a guess on the plant growth?
Kitlak is
Genevieve.
going to.
Oh,
I think,
Oh, go ahead.
yeah, I was gonna say, I think the person that would have the best chance of that is currently unconscious.
Kitlak's going to
Probably.
yell out, "Spring cleaning!" and he's
uh,
going to push all the skeleton
I mean,
bones out.
she collects leaves, so maybe she'd have an idea.
Okay, like, are you going to ask how old the chest is?
No, Kitlak does not care. He found a shiny new toy, and he is in love.
Okay.
All these bones are just cluttering up the place. All the bones are gone.
I will let you roll a quick Arcana check.
Oh, I knew I took Arcana on Kitlak for a reason. Guidance. Fine, that's fine. That's a 16.
15. Um,
Hmm.
you study the metals, you study the controls, you lick the side of it for a second just because there's something about it that's tickling in the back of
Hmm.
your head. What you know is that poison isn't going to affect this, it's a machine. But you also
Hmm.
think that there is some layer of psychic energy protecting those who are within this. More importantly, you've tasted this before. That is a taste of something that is immune to any sort of fire. Um, Meta game. This one doesn't swim through
Oh,
water.
okay.
This one burrows and can survive brief periods in lava. So actually, the machine itself might be one of the big prizes from the bank that they robbed.
Hmm.
You don't know what to do, how to do anything else. There are 10 levers um, in the front, and that's it. The hatch in the back. It is just right now. It is just a cylinder.
Kitlak is going to pull one of the levers to see what it does.
All right, roll a d10 and tell me up or down.
Let's see. Lever 2, he's going to move that up.
What was the solid wall in front of the levers kind of swirls open, and you have now opened the window shutter. The forward
Oh,
window shutter. You can see out.
he's going to pull that one back. Does it close the window shutter?
It does.
Okay, noting that. He is going to open it again. And then he's going
Okay.
to try another lever at random.
Okay.
That's the same one. So he's not going to keep doing that.
Roll it again.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, while Kitlak is playing with his new toy and desecrating some graves, what are you three doing other than looking over an unconscious Genevieve?
Well, last time this happened a couple hours ago, we just had to wait. Is there a better place to move her that would be?
Yeah, bring her in here. This seems safe. Kitlak is going to pull up the number 3 lever.
Up will open the two side windows.
Oh,
There
he's
are
going to
two side
toggle it.
windows on either side.
Oh,
You
nice.
can't see it on this one, but there are two side windows. Yeah.
Gotcha. So he's going to toggle that on and off to see do they close when he pulls it down.
Yes, they do.
Okay, he is going to leave them open. Gonna try one more and then probably going to see to Genevieve. Number 1. He is going to pull that one up.
You pull them up, and from the outside, you three see three valves, because you only can see three valves on the lower half of the cylinder open, and crab legs extend. As it lifts up, Kitlak, you feel it lift up a bit. You can see that there are a total of 6 legs that have lifted this machine up. They
Crap
look like walking legs.
car.
We're never gonna get him out of there.
No, you are not.
I actually wonder if he might not be right. That might be the best place. How is there room enough for all 4 of us in there? Is there
You'd
room
have to
enough
go.
for all 4 of us in
You'd
there?
have to look. You don't know.
Well,
Yeah.
there were 2 skeletons in there. So there's at least room for 2 of us. He's going to kind of look around. Do you think? I mean, we're all small people. Can we all like fit in this Scooby Doo machine here?
Let me check on that, actually.
Well, he's right about one thing. He is a proper tool.
Inspiration.
You really stored that one away.
I was going to say, technically, it is a capacity of only 1 crew member and 1 passenger, but I will allow all 4 of you to fit in there. However, it will be cramped. You will not be able to move around. Whoever is pilot remains pilot, and that's it. I have a feeling Kitlak don't care. He's pilot.
Crab
See,
car,
you see-
I
crab
would
car,
say that's
pile
fair.
in.
You see, if we get in there, or if we stay out here, there's a likely chance that he's gonna run us over with it, or cut us with those. No, the
Those
pincers
haven't
don't know
emerged
yet.
yet.
Can't
You
think
don't
of
know
the
that
claws.
there's claws yet. Does this have different states? I didn't even look.
No, it's only got the one.
Sad.
Yeah.
Shay
Yeah.
will help Cassie,
So-
but I'm not sure Cassie actually needs help with it.
Help
Man,
with what?
I'm excited to see
Genevieve?
how Genevieve does when she wakes up inside the crab car.
It's just a tin can.
Crab car!
It's
Can I, for flavor's sake, put a truck horn in this thing? Like, please.
Later,
Uh,
not immediately.
You are an artificer, right?
No, absolutely not.
Oh, for some reason I
He's a
thought you were.
fighter. Yeah, no. Kobold, with a gun makes sense, but no.
Hey, Cassie, are you
Oh, okay.
itching to get in there? Because I'll let you go first if you want to. Are we all trained in
Well,
Arcana?
we better get Genevieve in there, I guess. How is she doing, by the way?
She's stable. So let's roll
Kitlack's
a
gonna
1d4.
he's gonna pull
Genevieve, roll
another
me a
lever.
1d4, would you?
Oh.
What was the one for, Tyler?
Oh, the die was just Jack. I need to
Ah.
lift it up before I could roll another one. No, I rolled that one. I've pulled that one.
It'll take you 4 hours to wake up, minimum.
Hell yeah.
Not much more time with the crab car. I mean, so
Uh,
Shay is trained in Arcana. Before we go any farther, you keep rolling stuff. Shay is trained in Arcana. Cassie's an artificer, correct?
That is correct.
Yeah.
And
Maybe we
and
should.
I was just gonna say she can absolutely use magical tinkering to make him a horn if he behaves.
Kitlack is going to pull the lever number 9 up.
Up.
Let's
Okay.
go.
Nothing happens.
He pulls it down.
As you go to the back to enter, the machine's legs suddenly start rapidly moving in a strange vibration, and you are going to dig down 20 feet, straight down.
Kitlack reverses and puts it up.
Stop touching
That's not
things.
how it works anymore.
For 5 seconds.
And also, the back door is open, so you now have dirt falling in, Kitlack.
Cool. So
Yeah.
can he put the lever forward to go up? Does that work?
Well, in water, that would work perfectly. You're not in water. You have to figure out how to go up while moving forward. In terms of utilization, you can use 2 levers for one action.
Okay.
But you don't know which one is forward or backwards.
Well.
Oh boy.
Let's find out. That's a 2. I already know what that one does.
Maybe we should move away again.
That's still a
Maybe-
2.
Maybe use a different dice roller.
That's still a 2. Yeah, I'm going to use a different one.
It's still
Shay's moving back.
That is way too much.
Not directly
all right.
behind it.
He's going
going
to
like over
move.
here.
Yeah, you should probably move to the side, perhaps. He's going to push the number 6 lever up.
You push it up, and it starts digging forward. You're not sure
Oh,
what
cool.
method it's using to dig forward, but that's what it's doing.
Can he try pushing the
Can we
number
see?
9 lever up?
Can
while
we see
this
outside?
lever is up?
You can. You do see it moving. And what you see is it fell down 20 feet. There was a little bit of a panic, and then it moves 5, 10, 15, 20, and digs itself back up to the surface here on a slope.
And then Kitlack's going to put both levers in neutral. All right, come in. I know how to drive this thing now.
You know how to drive it in a straight line, at least, and up and down.
I figured out perhaps, 90% of what it needs.
I can't hear you. There's dirt in the way.
The dirt has mostly fallen off, but there is dirt that needs to be kicked out at this point.
Yeah, Kitlack is going to do so. He's actually going to press to digitate because he doesn't want to get out of the controls.
It'll take you a few minutes, but that'll take them enough time they can walk over there if they want. I don't know if they want to. Kitlack has gone a little mad.
She is not incurious about this. She is curious about this, but she also doesn't want to. She's got nothing left. She has had nothing left for a long time.
Okay.
All she has is
Yeah.
hit points.
Yeah, Cassie is definitely very curious about her, but once again, she has priorities. But yeah, she is going to start making her way over there.
Right. Yeah, and by the time you get there, the dirt will be gone. You can get in. It'll be a squeeze, but you can get in. Do you enter the machine?
Are all the controls up near the front
Yep.
like Kitlek? Yeah.
Yeah.
So do you want to go first, Cassie, to help Kitlek out with this thing?
Certainly, if you can give me a hand lifting Genevieve in there after me.
Yep.
All right, and Cassie will do just that. She will get in next, and then lean out to help get Genevieve into the vehicle.
Cassie, as you enter, just in your hindbrain, make me a quick history check. And Shay, as you enter last, you too make me a quick history check.
That is only a 9.
17.
Okay, with a 9, something nagging at the back of your head, Cassie, but, Genevieve's more important, and getting Kitlek under control, very important. So you'll figure it out later. With you said 19?
17.
17? Wasn't there a story about some sort of crab machine? Wasn't it a hot item? Like some legendary bank robbery that's never been solved? Oh, holy gods. That's something to ponder. Meanwhile, we will.
Recent history.
Oh no, this is a legendary story. Like the one time the bank got robbed 500 years ago from the plateau. Like it is a whispered story that both the treasure hunters and the scientists whisper. That's how you learned of it from your mother, because it was some sort of technological marvel that was locked away by its inventor for fear of something. But
Yeah.
it don't matter. Because now
Yeah.
Kitlek has it, probably, possibly.
We could probably be arrested just for having this thing, right? This is the crab car of Magma 10. Sorry.
The crab car of Magma 10?
Yes.
You have no idea what that story is, Kitlek. You've never heard it. This is crab car. You don't care. But we will.
It's for heists.
We will review that later.
It's for heists.
And Kitlek was never seen or heard from again. Yes. So
for heist or of a heist?
it was part of the heist. It was in the bank, and they used it as the getaway vehicle. So it is not just the stolen
So
property.
a bit of both.
It's part of the legend. Yeah.
A bit of the both. Okay.
Yeah. But that'll be addressed next week, possibly, assuming we do anything other than experiment with levers. Thank you.
Can Kitlek pull one last lever?
One last lever.
Cassie's gonna stop
no,
him.
that's the danger lever. I know that one. Okay. Lever number 4. He's going to push it up.
Up. What did you say, Cassie?
I was just going to say.
Look, if you don't pull any levers for a moment and let us rest for a while so Genevieve can recover, I will make you a shiny horn for that.
Oh, this is the last one. Yes, I'm sorry. I was fixated on... This is the last one, I promise. Lever.
Because the front window is open, you absolutely see somehow, because it's folding metal of some sort, it's a mechanism that you have never seen except in the most advanced spelljammers. 2 giant claws come out the front. Now it's a crab car.
Crab car!
I regret giving you this already.
Yep.
Shay smiles despite herself.
And thank you for joining us. We will see what happens next week.
This is all Genevieve's fault.
Genevieve died for that car, I'll have you know.
She died for our crab car.
And she will rise again.
And we will remember her.
Thank you,
Gonna build a little
Cypher.
shrine in the back of the crab car. Yeah, thank you very much, John.
You're welcome.
Yes,
Have a
thank
good
you.
week.
My God.